I'm trying to post a useful thing on Facebook, and this dude started off behind me, and now he's like taking up, you know, I keep moving the phone and he just keeps moving. You being a brat. You being a brat. Don't lick the phone. So as you can see, he's committed to preventing me from getting anything done. That's not very nice, you know. Yo, he's being. Help! Yeah, lick my glove. Right in the mouth. I don't. Who's the puppy? Look at you. You the puppy. Ouch. He heard someone outside. So, back door's open so he can go in and out. He's growling at whoever's outside. I wanted to show you guys this. I got little hooks to put. This is not working. Hold on. To put my stuff on, right? But I have to glue the little handles in place because they just fall out. But I got one of these. It would help if I could see what the heck I'm filming. And normally that's to put my phone on, and I can just kind of stick my charging cord so I don't lose it. I would make a really bad hairdresser because I can't work in reverse. Anyway, I had the black dots were charger cord holders, but they didn't stick. They weren't worth it. So his butt. Oh, so today's Thursday, and I'm debating going to do grocery shopping. It would have to be tomorrow. But we are getting our checks. But wait, no, the elderly are getting their checks tomorrow. So the way I look at it is they should be allowed to use that opportunity and go do their grocery shopping without being rushed, without having just 1 hour. And I shouldn't say just 1 hour. It's amazing that they actually have an hour to get out there, but not like my neighbor told me. I said, well, why didn't you go do your groceries when it was open? You know, because they open at 7 to 8 for the elderly. And he goes, I want to sleep in too, you know. And he knows I'm a night owl. Usually I would be in bed now. Actually, I'm going to be going back to bed because the migraine is just not quitting. And so I laughed. So I think check day for the elderly the stores should be open for the elderly. Just to give them that extra time and avoid craziness, because an hour is really not a lot. It just isn't, especially if there's a big lineup. And I mean, not all elderly are like sprightly and marathon runners and whatnot, right? Some of them, they walk slow, and sometimes they can't find what they're looking for, so it's going to take a little bit longer through no fault of their own. So I gotta figure out what to do, and I don't want to go more than I have to. I want to go out once if I can. to limit exposure. So, because that's really triggering my anxiety big time, and I can't bring Hugger with me. I addressed that in another video. There was a video yesterday about a man. That really ticked me off. He was ticked off about standing. He was in line at. No, his neighbor told him he was in line at the grocery store, and at the front of the line was a mother with her 4-month-old and 7-year-old. And for whatever reason, she brought them. That's not the issue here. When the doors open, people trampled the kids, and they shoved them aside and trampled them. And I was like, oh my God. I don't have kids, but if I were to see that happen, I would get so pissed. Like, that or elderly people. Like, come on. We're a civilized nation. We're supposed to be a civilized world, right? And then I thought about it. Well, if they're going to do that to kids, they're not going to give a rat's backside about a service dog, right? Like, and I have the option of leaving Hugger at home, provided I have my anxiety medication, so I can take it as soon as I get home, because it will trigger an anxiety attack. But for example, there are people who have service dogs, like for the blind, or for their mobility is not, they need the service dog, or for diabetes reason or epilepsy or whatever, are their dogs going to be safe? Like, it's just little things you think about. So I'm on another ramble. I ramble a lot, too much. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of this migraine, and I wouldn't be able to drive right now anyway, because it's in the middle. Well, it's 3/4 middle of pain wise, and to my limit, and I am not stupid enough or crazy enough to get behind the wheel of a vehicle. It's not safe to drive. I assume this is what a drunk person would feel like. I've never been drunk, so my reaction time is getting slower. I've posted other videos, my friend, that on, I think, YouTube and on Facebook, where I've actually recorded myself during a really bad migraine, and it's really bad. And I've called a friend once when it was really bad. She hung up on me because she thought it was a prank call. She said I sounded like a drunk. Okay. I don't drink, so I wouldn't know, right? So, like, I'm just not gonna risk it. It's not worth it, right? He's playing with his rubber chicken in the backyard. He's just, like, waving it and then chewing on it. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, so, like, my days are limited when I can go grocery shopping, like, provided I don't have a migraine, or IBS, or fibro, or whatever. And yes, I am gonna laugh about it, because you know what? There's no crying about it's not gonna change it. It's actually gonna make it worse. So I've learned to laugh about the lemons that life throws my way. I either make lemonade or I freeze them and throw them back. Take your pick. So, with that, I am going to. I can't take Advil. It's the change in weather and hormonal womanly change, so I can't do anything about it, And I just ate protein, but I'm going through my protein really fast because the protein will help. For whatever reason, it helps to diminish the migraines. So I will actually. I forgot to take the magnesium. That might be it too. I need a big freaking to-do list on my wall. Don't forget this, don't forget that, don't forget this, don't forget that, you know? And it's just, c'est l'enfer, là, comme, franchement, là, c'est fou braque. So, anyway, so, you know what? You guys just have a great day. Stay funky, stay crazy, stay home if you can. And if you can't, stay safe and be smart, you know? And if you are going out for groceries, and maybe this is not my place to say this, but if you are going out for groceries and you have elderly neighbors, or you have neighbors who are disabled, or who have compromised immune systems, who are on disability, whatever, okay? Maybe you can get food for them too. Like, you can pick something up for them that they need, or just... We all have a duty, I think, to help one another. And I know for some, it's really hard to get to stay in contact with people. I'm very much an introvert, believe it or not. Very much a hermit. And it's just the way, I guess, I was raised. Just the way I am. So, but when I do go, I will make a point of asking a couple of people I know that cannot go out to do their groceries because they're even worse off than I am. So, and that sucks. It really sucks. You know, like it's I can almost feel the cabin fever, and it hasn't been that long. So, like, we're blessed where I am because we're in a small town. We live we have a forest right next door. We can go hiking in. Yeah. Sorry. But I know that there's places where people are not even allowed outside their front door. You know, just see if you can help. Or even check in on them, FaceTime, phone, email, whatever. Like, I don't know, just whatever. Like, just let's see if we can show that we can live as civilized people and just kick this virus in the butt. You know, like, we don't know how long it's going to be there for. There's no promises. There's no guarantees. No one knows what's going to happen after. All we have is each other, right? You can have $1 million in the bank. You're still human, and if you catch it, you can still get fairly sick or worse. So that's my challenge, actually, for everyone. Is, you know, see if you can help someone when you're going out next, and don't expect anything in return. You just do it because it's the right thing to do. You know, if that person was your parent or your family, your child, would you want someone to think about them? Like, if you're living in another city or whatever, right? That's how I look at it. If it was my mom or my dad and they couldn't get out, my mom's not with us anymore, but that's the way I look at it. You know, like, that's my challenge. So be blessed and take care of yourselves. And wash your hands. Long time. Yes? Have a good day, guys.